just the weather is better, yeah, vacation time, exactly. Yeah. So summertime, you see a lot of houses going up for sale. Okay. But what you want to do before you reach out to me or before you reach out to any agent is you need to know the value of your home first. An agent is going to give you a more accurate picture and a better understanding of what your home really is. Okay. But before you go to an agent, you yourself need to kind of have a somewhat understanding of what you could list your house for. Okay. Know that before you go to an agent so that you know. Okay. And how you do that, you do need to be looking at the market. Okay. But I am going to give you a tool today that is going to give you, a quick estimate of what your house might be worth right now in today's market. Okay. Yes. Yes, that's right. Because markets are different, Yeah. Right. So let me go ahead and get into sharing that information. Now, again, I have another class that goes more in depth on, selling and listing your homes. But right now, this is just the tool that I am going to be sharing with you guys. Let me go ahead and get to the screen that I want to share. If you are at your computers or on your cell phone, type in MarieaTheAgent.com and you can go through this with me. Okay. Yeah. Give me a second. I just want to make sure that I am set up just right for you guys. Okay. All right. Let me move myself out of the way. Actually, let me just make myself smaller. Okay. And then, okay, no, you know what? I'll just move myself. Okay. So this is my website right here. Again, this is where I would rather for you to reach me is, sorry. Okay. Yeah, right here, right on this website. This is the place to find me. And this is where you can find everything right here. Okay. So if you want to know just what your home is valued at, you can go to my website, MarieaTheAgent.com. And then right here, you're going to click on see home value. Okay. Right here. Can you guys see it? See home value. So we're going to click on that. And then it's going to walk you to this page. How much is your home really worth? Now, I'm just going to put a random address in here. Just typing in a random address that I feel is a good, here you go. Let's go Glencourt. Okay. All right. So yes, so you're going to type in your personal address. When you type in your personal address, we found your home. So here's the home, and you're going to click on get your home value. If you click on sell your home, it'll simply connect you with me, and then we'll discuss things further. But right here, just go to click on your home value, and then if you're looking right here, let me move myself out of the way again, out of the way of the reports. Okay, there we go. Sorry, guys, kids are still making noises. Hopefully you guys cannot hear these noises in the background. My kids are going crazy. Okay. It's Friday. They are out of school. They love the weekend. They love the fact that they don't have homework to do. And for you, those of you that have kids, if you know anything about IXL, my kids don't have to do IXL on Fridays and on the weekends, so they can just play on their tablet freely. And they love that. Okay. All right. Now back on point. Okay. So if you look here, it gives you an estimate homes. It gives you like your value right here. It's just an estimate. It gives you what it is on the very low end right here. Okay. And then what it is on the high end. And it's basing it off of the county records. Okay. It says that this house has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, and this is the square foot and the year it was built. Okay. Now we know that sometimes you guys like to add on extra rooms to your house, porches, things of that nature. Those of you that are good homeowners, you are, adding value to your house, which is another thing that I teach in my other class. You are keeping your home up. You are keeping the value of your home up. A lot of you live in HOAs. That's amazing. That's another thing that we'll talk about later. But you see here where it says 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. So it's basing the estimate value off of that. Now, if you have an extra room, you can go in here and you can update the details, and more than likely that will up your estimate values, because as I teach in my other class, extra rooms actually add a lot of value to your house. Okay. The more rooms you have, the better. It's considered a very functional home. A lot of families out here are looking for a lot of rooms and a lot of bathrooms. Okay. But let me just make this quick. This is just, short, simple. This is the tool. Again, I am on my desktop, so it may look slightly different on your cell phone, but this is the desktop version here. Okay. So right here it says, how has your area changed over time? So this is, the values of the prices, of the homes in your area, over, the last couple of years, 24, 25. Okay. Again, we already went over this part. This is the equity calculator. Okay. So if you want to see how much you're going to walk away with, pretty much estimate of what you're going to walk away with after you sell your home, you are going to add in your remaining loan value. If you have a second mortgage, you just add all that up. Okay. And you're going to put the amount in here. Okay. Let's say 280,000. It's showing, how much you get to cash out, how much you get to purchase a new home, and how much you get to put out. Market temperature is basically showing you, when it comes to selling your home, the market. Okay. Right now it says it's leaning more towards a seller's market, which is good for you as a seller. It means you have more negotiation power. And again, I go over that, further in my other trainings. But basically, when a contract is written on your home, you may have more leverage than than a buyer when it comes to negotiating. Okay. Because there's basically showing, right now it's leaning towards the seller market, which means there is money out there. There's more buyers. All right. So right here, if you want to be more competitive when you sell your home, This says minor home improvements can make a difference for a buyer. Okay. Connect with our team to explore impactful improvement designs to highlight your home's unique feature. Okay. You want to learn more about that? Click here. This is the section that I really love on the market report right here, current listings in the area. This kind of gives you an overview of like everything in the area. So it's going to show you active. Active means how many homes are on the market currently right now being sold. It's going to show you pending. Pending means that a contract is being written on these houses and they're awaiting a sale. Okay. But pending does not always necessarily mean that the house is going to sell, because contracts fall through all the time. Okay. So active, again, is that the houses they're active, they're listed for sale, there's no contract on them, they're active for somebody to write a offer, for somebody to buy. Pending means you can, there's an offer on the home and they're awaiting the sale again, and it might not necessarily mean that it's going to sell. Sell, it could fall through and it can go right back on the market. Recently sold is important too. That means it recently sold within the last 30 to 60 days or whatever the home recently sold. And you want to look at all of this to kind of get an overview of what's going on in the market. So right here, you can zoom in, you can zoom out, you can find a certain location, zoom in and look at the homes. Again, it's color coded. See, pending, and right here, active. And then for the red, let's zoom out and try to find red. Here we go. Recently sold. Okay. So you can look at these homes, and then here it is again, just showing you the actual homes on this map right here. This is showing you the homes, and you want to look at them. And it's very important to look at these homes. And you want to find one that looks similar to yours, same bedroom, same bath, so you can kind of get a good understanding of what your home sells for. And the great part about it is you can click on these homes, okay? And then you can go through, this wasn't a good one. You can go through and look at the inside of their homes just by clicking on it. Let's see. Let me pick it up. Here we go. This one's active. Let's look at this home. If any of y'all like this home, definitely hit me up. Okay. So yes, you can, this one doesn't have pictures either, but let's see. I'm trying to find one with pictures so that you can see that you can click on it and go through and look at the inside of the home. Hopefully, there we go. Finally. Okay, so here's this home, 3-bedroom, 1.5 bath. Okay, you can go through, look at the inside of the home. Okay, the inside of the home, the type of flooring, kitchen is a major thing. Look at the kitchen, look at the appliances in the kitchen. Just look at the whole setup on the inside. I mean, look at, you want to look at everything, because this is all kind of what makes up the value of the home. Would people want to buy it? Because, the way it looks on the inside. But you want to see kind of what it looks like on the inside of the home, so you can kind of see what you need to do for your home, if you need to make any changes, any repairs, any updates. All right, so let's get back here. So down here, our team can answer your questions, okay? We'll also email you monthly market reports so that you can stay up to date on the latest market trends in your area. See, the market trend, it changes every 30 days. It changes a lot depending on what's going on in the market. So you want to stay up to date on that if you're selling your home. Okay, and if you're not sure what to ask, here are some topics of frequently asked questions. Can I qualify to purchase a second home? How do I best use the equity increase? Is now a good time to sell my home? Okay, so once you click on that, it will put the message in here, or you can just type whatever your message may be and hit send. It will come straight to me. If you own another home, you can go ahead and put that address in here. Okay, and then it will pull up, that other home, same market report. Now, what I really love about the tools I'm sharing with you is this Brevity app. Okay, this is my app. When you enter your phone number in here, it is going to text you my app. Okay. And I love this app. This app is, you can do home searches with the app. You can, if you're looking to rent, you can pull up rentals in the app. You can do market research with it. I'm going to do another class that's going to break down that app and how the app works and amazing things that it does. Now, let me tell you why you should prefer this app over using Zillow or realtor.com or any other platforms. Okay. Because all those other platforms out there are made to pull you in as a lead. They're really made for agents. So Zillow is baiting you in as a lead that they sell to agents, or as a lead that they use for themselves. So Zillow's main objective is not really so to educate you, but to pull you in as a lead. Okay. Which means that if you're looking at a house, they're not updating it as quickly as they should. Sometimes you'll look at a house and it was sold 30 to 60 days ago and they hadn't updated it. If you're looking at a rentals, somebody could have rented it out 2 weeks ago and it's still showing that it's for rent. But if you go to my app instantly and accurately updates each listing. Okay. So, and again, Zillow does that because if a house is pulling in a lot of leads, they don't want to remove it from the site. So they're going to try to keep it up there as long as they can so they can keep getting baiting you in to get you, more leads to click on that particular listing. So they don't update as quick. Okay. So just keep in mind, they're really out there just to pull in leads for agent. Like they're not, so again, by using my app, you're going to get instant, accurate updates. Okay. You're not going to click on something that just sold today and see that, or just sold yesterday or even last week and see that it's still listed for sold or it's still pending, so it's going to be more accurate and more up to date. And that is very important when it comes down for you to start searching, because you don't want to waste your time, going out or trying to view a property or, even looking through a property or considering a property and, you know, it's not even an option for you. Yes, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, and I go over that in my next class, and that's very, very, very true. Okay. Right. So again, so down here, put in your phone number, okay? Or if you just, you know, you're interested in buying a home and, you know, this is another section right down here where you can, you know, email me or you can call me. Of course, my phone number is out there on the World Wide Web. But yes, this is definitely a great tool to use, okay? If you're considering selling your home or you don't know, you just are wondering what is the value of your home and you want to know how you can bring the value up because as a responsible homeowner, you know, home is an investment. So you definitely want to make sure that you're always, you know, keeping your investment up. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So you always want to make improvements to your home, is keeping up the value and things of that nature. And sometimes it's little simple, quick fixes that you can do in your house that will bring the value up tremendously. Yeah. So yeah, so the next class I will have an appraiser. Yeah. Somebody that, yeah, they appraise homes. So they'll give you more. That is right. So yes, guys and girls, this is the end of the tools section. But yes, again, I'm so excited for this tool. The app is amazing. I'm going to go ahead and share another feature, okay, about the app because I'm just so. If you have my app out, let's say you're visiting a friend, member in a city, and you have an app on your phone that's going to show you, or based on what you're looking at right now, it's going to actually show you, it's going to show you houses around you that are for sale in that area, listed for sale, whatever. It's tracking where you are at that time. Yes. Okay. So this is the end of the tool sections, but again, this tool right here is very, very awesome. It's called a market report, and it's something that you want to get before you go to an agent to list your home because you want to know what's going on in the market for yourself. You want to know, you know, how much your home could possibly be worth. Again, this is just, let me go scroll back up to the top so you can see this is just an estimate. Okay. Now, if you want a more dead on number, that's when you reach out to me. That's when you reach out to, well, it doesn't have to be me, but you reach out to an agent because the agent will come in and give you a more accurate number of how much your house is worth. Okay. Because you might be thinking that your house is on the high end of the scale when it's really not, because you may have some things that's going on in your house that we may have to fix or that you might need to update, you know, just certain things that you might have to do in your home. So, you know, we're going to know just again, even with that second or third bedroom where you might have added a porch onto the house or a patio, or you might have, you know, done, you know, some extra things on the inside of your home. That's why you need an agent to actually come in and look at the inside of the home. We're going to look at the appliances. We're going to look at the structure of the house. We're going to, and then we will give you a more accurate number, but it will not be far from, guys. I'm so sorry. I have another appointment, but I want to hurry up and, get this tool in there for you guys. So I'm sorry the meeting ran over a little more than was expected, but hopefully you guys got, you know, some good resources, some good tools that you can use for yourself. And again, it's MarieaTheAgent.com. Type that into your browser and it will pop up. Use the tool. Use the tool. It's so quick, so fast, and so easy. And, you know, just get those market reports. I mean, it's simple. And you see how simple it is. I mean, it just breaks everything down what's going on, you know, in the neighborhoods around you. And that's something that is very important to know. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and end it here, you guys. And until next time, have a wonderful day.